Alright people, Catfish Dave here. First I want to thank everyone. Anywhere I go in the state, out of state, if I'm on water, people know me. People are always waving, hollering, Catfish Dave. I was up in Knoxville not too long ago and just messing around trying to get some skipjack and had a guy hollering at me wanting to donate me a skipjack while I was up there. What's going on?
What's up, baby?
What's up?
Golly, hey, it's crazy. I watch this shit all the time, bro.
Yeah, I'm just out here trying to get bait, man.
Oh yeah, they might. Hey, I got you one if you want it. I ain't gonna use it.
A skipjack?
Yeah.
I may if I don't get none. I've got a couple so far. Well, that guy offered me a skipjack. I guess I won't complain about that. Here comes the big riverboat dinner cruise ship. If they got rods out, don't they? Y'all ain't got lines coming down right here, do you? No. There you go, man.
Yes, sir.
He's gonna donate me a skipjack. What's your name?
Take.
Take?
Yes, sir.
Take done donated me a skipjack.
Yes, sir. I was with a girl that knew you actually. She caught this fish. I didn't really know her name.
Probably Gail.
I think that is it. Yeah.
She's down here all the time.
That's Catfish Dave, man. That's Catfish Dave. You gotta go to Minnie's busy. That is Catfish Dave, baby. The legend. I already did.
Good luck and thanks for the bait.
Man, thank you. Hey, you're an idol to me, bro. I appreciate what you do, man. Keep doing it.
Well, just
Keep watching.
keep after it, man, because you'll eventually hook a monster out here.
Yes, sir. Thank you. See you, Catfish Dave.
See you, man. Now, as y'all know, I am no fan of summer. If I didn't have a YouTube channel, about Memorial Day, I would hang my rods up and I wouldn't pick them back up till deer season. I don't like the crowds, I don't like the big boats, the fish slow down with being on the nest, hot water, all this stuff going on. But either way, got a YouTube channel, so I do fish, just not as hard as I used to. The last time I was out was right around Memorial Weekend, and I went all the way into this back creek as far as I could go, trying to escape the boat traffic. And the first fish I hooked up with, I about got through out of the boat with the waves from all the big boats that was way back up in there. There's a bite, there's a bite. Big old wave. Golly. There we go, man. Yeah! This trip did not go as planned, okay? I hadn't been eating real good. I'd always been in a hurry, and well, bottom line, things started not working so well in my system, right? I knew the weekend was coming. So, I figured, well, I don't want to be feeling like this come the weekend. I took some stuff, some little orange tablet called the Dulcolax. Well, I didn't take one, I'm a big guy, I took two. I believe it was Friday night before it hit me the first time. I'm like, well, okay, I ought to be good for in the morning. Saturday morning rolls around, I get everything loaded up. I think I'm going to get an early start in. I'm going to head way up to Douglas Lake. Just get away from the crowds, you know, just have some me time. I'm going to get up there 6 a.m., you know. Well, things didn't happen that way. About time I started getting stuff in the truck, I felt things starting to rumble. Bottom line, I didn't make it up to the river till about 9 a.m. About as far up as I want to run. I can see the shoals coming over the rocks. We're in 2 feet of water right now. Ooh, I see I'm looking at the bottom. I mean, I'm looking at it. I can stick my finger in it without getting my sleeve wet. Woo, we running shallow. My navionics don't work up here. This is non-barge navigatable waters. I'm assuming the actual channel is right out there on the right side. I'm gonna ease over towards the bank and see what kind of depths I get. All right, people, Catfish Dave here. I guess I'll title this video Cock County Catfish. That's where I'm at. I'm way up in the French Broad River. Oh, a couple miles right before it dumps into Douglas Lake. I'm gonna try it up here, man. The water temperature should be similar as what it was coming out of the mountain in Gatlinburg. This is coming out of the mountain in North Carolina. I mean, should be about the same thing, water temperature. If I was getting fish there, should be getting fish here. We're gonna find out. Getting a late start, man. It's about 9 a.m. I took a Dulcolax last night. That kind of kept me at the house for a while. We're gonna run one piece just flat on the bottom. I've actually got some smaller hooks. These old 7/0 Mustad offset circles. Old cousin Delbert sent me them. I don't expect blue cat up in here. As a matter of fact, I don't expect much of nothing at all. This comes out of Douglas Lake. There's a bite already. There's a bite on the green rod. There's a bite on the green rod. We got a fish on the Hellcat rod. Fish on the Hellcat rod. Woo! We getting started early, ain't we? Woo! Yeah! Cock County Catfish. Right up here towards Newport, Tennessee. Now these fish up here are good to eat. If I thought I'd catch a mess of them, I might give them to an old boy downriver. But considering this comes out of Douglas Lake, I'm gonna call this a lucky catch. I don't expect to catch another thing. Boy, look at the grass on my anchor rope already. Time is 9:07. I've missed a good amount of the morning bite already. Either way, we got baits in the water right on this shoal, right up here in Cock County, Tennessee. Green rod, green rod. Woo! Looky there, looky there, looky there, looky there. Woo! Another Cotton County female with eggs. I'll tell you what, two on that left side, that may be where this boat needs to be. That could be the actual channel itself. I've never been up here. My avionics don't even work in this thing. Two Cotton County catfish. If everything keeps happening to the left, we know to move over, don't we? This is the Big Cat Fever Hellcat rod. These things ain't cheap. I like it though. It's real light in your hands. Rod absorbs the battle. Feels good. Looks good. I like this rod. These waters are primarily channel cat waters. There are flatheads here. I've heard there's blue cats in Douglas. I've never personally seen one. That's just what I've heard. Green rod just got tapped. Green rod getting tapped. I would move over, but I seen the white rod get tapped. That's a small fish there. Woo! We getting tapped by the small fish on a couple different rods. This is one of them rivers where you need a night crawler and a 3/0 hook. Hit it, hit it. Back in the day, it was pretty well known that 90% of the stolen cars in America could be found in Newport, Tennessee. There's a lot of riffraff in Newport, Tennessee. They finally caught on to the car thieves, kind of shut that operation down. There's only 3 jobs left around in Newport, Tennessee. You're either a prostitute, a drug dealer, or you work for the Bush Beans factory. Most of the guys you see in these boats out here work for the Bush Beans factory. They get off on weekends, whereas the other 2 get more busy. Better be checking baits around here. Nothing but weeds and an empty hook. I better be checking that other one that got bit as well. There ain't jack squat on there either. If I would have got here right at daybreak, probably would have got a boatload of eater-sized channel cats. That's all that's left of that gizzard shad. I seen something a-chewing. That was a gizzard shad head. Whatever it was cleaned all the meat off it. Yeah, every time you see that rod go down, you better be checking it. I noticed as the morning was wearing on, I was starting to get a little uncomfortable. I started looking around for places I could possibly go in case of an emergency. There was one boat that I had seen just around the bend. They were kind of trolling out there for walleye. And I'm just kind of wanting to hang it over the side of the boat because I don't see a clearing in the weeds nowhere. That's the thickest woods I've ever seen in my life, you know. There ain't a hole nowhere. So when things turn into an emergency situation, I start reeling in all my lines. I see kind of an island here. I figure, well, I'll just kind of park up in the shoal and maybe get up on that island. The water was just up into the trees. There was no clearing to get off. Never seen nothing like that, you know. So I start heading down river looking for an open spot. All right, y'all. I had to hit a Dulcolax break in the woods. It was an emergency situation. I figured it would happen. It's just a matter of time. The only problem is that time came when I was anchored down up there. This here, it's getting late in the day. The time the fish don't really want to play. It's June. The time is 11:08. All we can do is sit and wait. That's what they call Rankin Bridge, right down there. I'd fish it once in a blue moon. What I can tell you about Rankin is the fishing is usually stinking. It ain't that good. Usually I'll come in, get a couple channel cats or something on a good night. If you want to throw worms out there, you can catch drum all night long. I don't want no drum, I'm a guitar player. Alright people, I suspended, I drug for about 2 hours down to this Rankin Bridge, and I ain't had ne'er a nibble. I guess I'm a glutton for punishment. When the catfishing gets bad in the month of June, I go where the catfishing is bad. I did get one thing out of it though. I got some peace. Wasn't no wake boats, jet skis, barges, ocean cruisers. Never even seen a kayak out here. Nothing but me, a couple walleye fishermen, and that was it. Every video, you learn something new. We learned a couple things in this video. For one, this time of year, you better get here early. Number two, don't take a Dulcolax the night before a trip. I decided I would try it again, and I was determined I was going to have a better day up there in Cobb County, Tennessee on the French Broad River. Well, things didn't turn out that way. I'm getting some kind of warning sound, obviously in my motor. That's a great way to start the day. I was going to anchor on the shoal up here, because the shoal is a great place for cats to feed at night, first thing in the morning. But we seem to have had some rain in the mountains, and I'm getting way more current flow than I want. And what happens is, that water is going to be even swifter on those shoals. I've got all I want right here. There's a tree down right in here. A little some sort of creek thing comes out here. We're going to try this. See what happens, man. I'm targeting smaller fish today because of the time of year. I'm just trying to catch catfish out of Douglas Lake. I will have a couple possible bigger fish baits on, but I'm not expecting it. Channel cat is going to be the expected catch. We got cows this morning. Hey, shut up over there. I had no idea the water was this high. We ain't had this much rain at my house. In the mountains though, stuff can happen a little different. We're here, not too far from Newport, Tennessee. A lot of debris floating in the water, gonna catch my lines. Already got my line. Get off there. Come on, man. Now, I'm just going to be honest with you. There ain't a lot of catfish in this lake. I'm here to beat the crowd down on the Tennessee River. People was complaining about that irritating noise. That's a little Frabill bait cooler I've got. My big shad tank. It's too much. Hey, shut up! It's too much for my boat trailer. It breaks my trailer down. I'm gonna have to get a different trailer before I can put that shad tank back in here. Dag blasted cows. I'm right at the water hole today. Another limb's got my line. I can see this is going to go on all morning. I was worried about my boat motor and what was wrong with it. And I knew I needed to get out of all this debris and stuff coming down the river. So there was a little island just over there to my left. I kind of pulled in this little secondary channel where the current was slack, and a lot easier for me to keep my lines in the water without some kind of limb coming by and grabbing my lines.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. 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 Come on. Woo-hoo. Yeah.
That's what I expected out here. That's what I got. Between the flood and river, my lack of bait, and motor troubles, looks like this day is pretty much shot. The fishing is a stankin' right here at Rankin. Either way, I did get one fish, not too long sitting back there. I was worried about my boat, so I pulled up on the ramp. I got to investigating, and my fuel filter has a water trap in it. Well, it was full of water. I dump it out, I take the boat back out, and it's just really running rough now. I mean, it's just running bad. So I pull the boat back in, pull the top off my motor. Water trap's full of water again already in just that couple of minutes. So I said, I've got a lot of water in my fuel for some reason. Ended up flushing the tank, ended up changing the plugs, and it took some time and some running that motor to flush all that bad gas out of the system. And finally my boat's running again, but the boat trouble pretty much chewed up my whole weekend until I figured out what was going on. Either way, I'm out here enjoying this Martin Road Series 000. New toy I got. Fixing to plug it into this little Fishman acoustic amp I got. And I'm just going to enjoy the evening. Thanks for the viewers, thanks for the subscribers, and I'll see y'all in the next video.